Okay, everybody, you asked, and this morning we've got the answers. Our twin docs, Dr. I and Dr. J, are back to give you some insights on all of your burning health questions. And what better day to have you on, guys? It's National Twins Day. Happy National Twins Day. How does it feel to have a day dedicated to your uniqueness?
Fantastic.
I love it. To honor this day, we came up with a few twin-related topics, some questions in our usual true or false game. Let's start here. I asked this before we went to break. True or false, drinking coffee can increase your risk of having twins? I'm going to say because coffee is an upper, I feel like it increases the chance of everything. So I'm going to say true on this one.
Well, let me say this, Marky. First of all, I don't like the way the question is worded. Your
Risk.
No, it increases the blessing, the likelihood that you will have twins.
Blame Tina, the producer, not me.
Oh, I will. I'll talk to Tina. And this is actually true. So this is the deal. They did the study that found that women who drink caffeine increase their estrogen production during the first half of their cycle. So they tend to recruit and release more eggs. You release more eggs, you're more likely to have multiple eggs fertilized. However, what was really interesting was this applied to all women in the study with the exception of Caucasian women. And Caucasian women, for whatever reason, it did not increase the chances. Very good question. We're not really sure. It seems as though there's some way that the caffeine is metabolized in Caucasian women that causes it not to increase the production of certain cholesterols that lead to estrogen production, but they're not really sure. But for all women, with the exception of Caucasian women, increased caffeine production during the first half of the cycle increases the likelihood that you will be blessed with twins.
Yeah, how weird. Chances, not risk. We'll use that instead. We'll do a little switcheroo. If identical twins, this one kind of boggles the mind, right? If identical twins marry another set of identical twins, their children would genetically be identical. Would they look identical? Would they be siblings?
Well,
I'm going to say false.
So they would not be like identical twins. So in that sense, it is false. But they would be like full siblings. So if you think about it, right? Mom's DNA and dad's DNA are completely different. But if both dads have the same DNA in a couple, separate couples, and both moms and separate couples have the same DNA, then you're going to the same DNA pool. So I'll give you an example. Jamil and I were identical twins. Surprise. I know you didn't know that. So actually,
breaking news.
We were kind of sort of dating, but kind of flirting around with identical twins as well.
I heard this back in college. A little birdie told me.
Kind of cool, kind of weird. Had we married them, right, then our children would have been going to the same dad genetic pool and the same mom genetic pool. So our kids would not have been like identical twins. They would have been like full siblings.
And is that why the relationships ended? Because you're like, I'm not willing to go down that path. It almost happened to you guys. Could have. Who knows? We'll save that for another day in commercial break, maybe. Let's switch gears here because my team was talking about this one yesterday. True or false, using beef tallow on your face is a cheap and effective way to fight acne. I'm going to say false on that. I'm always looking for a good skincare secret, but I got to say false on this.
So that's false, but I will tell you, I use beef tallow every day. I make my own lotion with beef tallow and shea butter. I do, and I use it every day. However, this is the deal. So beef tallow is great for the skin. It's rich in this fatty acid that is an anti-inflammatory, and so it helps to protect the skin from just everyday insults from the sun and toxins and things like that. It's also rich in fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, and E, which again are antioxidants, protect against the sun, and actually help to break down dark spots. The problem is beef tallow is super thick. And so they actually use this scoring system that determines how likely a skin moisturizer is to clog pores. And it's got about a 40% score, meaning that in 40% of people, it will clog pores. So if you place it on the face, there's a 40% chance you're going to start to get an acne outbreak. So if you have acne, you're prone to acne, not a great skincare option. But for the rest of the body, it's fantastic. It is cheap, and it's really good for the skin.
Was that a jar of it that you held up?
Yeah. So
where do you buy it?
I hate to tell you, but I just get it from Jewel or sometimes on Amazon. But I use this beef tallow. I mix it with shea butter. I blend it. I put some essential oils in there. Fantastic.
Okay, maybe I'll experiment this week.
Bring
beef tallow, who knows? I'll report back in. True or false, obesity rates are finally on the decline? False.
This is actually true. This is great news. The rates of obesity have been actually skyrocketing for decades. But finally, in 2023, they started to plateau and they're falling a bit. So the decrease was like 15/100ths of a percent. So it's not a huge decrease, but when you apply that to the entire population, it's still decent number. So we're heading in the right direction. This is, well, we don't know the reason why per se, but we suspect it's all of the GLP-1 agonists, Wegovy, Ozempic, things like that. It's really helping people to lose weight. And so that combined with diet and exercise is kind of getting people to go in the right direction. And this is important because we know that obesity leads to heart attack, heart disease, stroke, a bunch of cancers. So we're finally heading in the right direction. So I always encourage folks, I mean, medications are great. Diet, exercise, lifestyle changes, and these medications on top of those important changes are kind of getting us slowly in the direction we need to be heading in.
Okay, a silver lining we can hold on to. Guys, come back. Maybe we could talk about New Year's resolutions for folks and all their health goals in 2025 soon. Okay, yes. Thanks, guys, as always. To have your medical or health questions answered on our show, find Dr. I should say, and Dr. J on social media, the twin doctors _. I'm off to get beef tallow. See y'all next week.
Do it.